Hello and welcome to this program. I'm Gabriella Patram, and today we're going to be chatting a little bit with the GTA director, that is the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Indranath Harold Singh, on 2016 as it relates to the Tourism Authority and tourism in Guyana. Mr. Harold Singh, thank you very much for joining us on this program.
You're welcome. I'm very happy to be in this program to share with the rest of Guyana our accomplishments and achievements for tourism for 2016.
Mr. Singh, 2016 has been a fantastic year. We celebrated our 50th Golden Jubilee celebrations. We had an influx of tourists on our shores. As of September 2016, we saw an 11.6% increase. As the head of the Ghana Tourism Authority, I'm sure that you're feeling a sense of pride looking back on 2016.
2016 was indeed a phenomenal year, a very, very successful year for tourism in Guyana. And that's both in terms for the Ghana Tourism Authority, in terms of tourism marketing, for product development, for capacity building, for building partnerships and working in collaboration with stakeholders in the industry, and also generally for the tourism industry in terms of investments that are attracted and the various investments within the tourism sector, as well as increase domestic and international airlift, and also in terms of expanding international distribution network and an expansion in domestic tourism. Because now more than any time in Guyana's history, more Guyanese are traveling at home more than any time before. And that's because of mobility, good roads, bridges, and knowledge and awareness of our various tourism attractions and events, which we fully support. Many of the events we fully support, and basically to encourage Guyanese to explore more of Guyana, to discover more of Guyana, and to travel to distant places in Guyana, whether it's through the safari, whether it's to attend a rodeo, whether it's to go to Berbice, to number 63 Beach, or to an expo, or to Maruka, or to Warapoka. So we have done quite a lot of that. It's probably the crowning year for events in Guyana.
If you were to say the three major accomplishments, if I were to ask you for three major accomplishments for 2016 as it relates to the tourism sector, you would say?
The first major accomplishment would have been this increase in arrivals. Increase in arrivals is a very good and positive indicator of success in tourism. And increase in arrival also would indicate and brings a tremendous benefit to the economy for hotels and hotel occupancy, for restaurants, for taxi services, for the airlines, for tour operators, for various attractions, for shopping, for buying local craft and local items, and the millions of photographs that these visitors would have sent out and posted on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube and their email and in telephone conversations. So what we would have seen is a growth of, like you said, 11.06% up to September. And that's an increase over 2015. We are anticipating that by the end of the year, and we'll get the results shortly, and this is because we transitioned from a management information system for tourism to a tourism information management system, which is web-based. And so the transition period, and we're in the testing phase right now, so this should be ready by next week, and so that we can be able to input the data. But we are optimistic that this year we will witness and see an increase of between 8 to 10% in arrivals. And when we are speaking about arrivals, we are talking about non-resident persons, non-resident visitors. We are not talking about visitors who are living in Guyana, went abroad for business or for a holiday, and is coming back. This is strictly non-resident, and it captures those arrivals at the Chedijegan International Airport, at Ogle Airport, at Mulson Creek, and at Letem. So very comprehensive. So we are expecting an 8 to 10% increase. However, of note, in May, our Jubilee month, Guyana recorded, it was I could say a record 102% increase May 2016 over May 2015. And matter of fact, the number of arrivals for that particular month of May was the highest ever for any May since 1995. And also, it was the second highest arrival for an individual month since 1995. Second highest. So really a phenomenal year, and quite a response to our Jubilee celebrations because of the number of activities, the patriotism, the nostalgia to come back home, especially from the diaspora. And it was very, very visible. You could have seen Ghanis everywhere in Guyana during the month of May. So this is very, very good for Guyana, and we are optimistic that we'll achieve the 8 to 10% this year, and that's 2016. And in 2017, we will continue to see an increase, and that would be based on the marketing. Another area of success and achievement would have been in the area of marketing generally. Guyana would have increased its marketing effort in terms of participation at trade shows. We did more trade shows and consumer shows in 2016 compared to any other year. And this is in a variety of special interests, niche market, consumer markets, and at trade shows. Trade shows are the biggest platform to market, to promote, to network, to negotiate, to observe trends, or to learn trends, to observe your competition. It's where you get to meet with the travel trade, where decisions are made. And it's through trade shows that we can organize familiarization trips. So international tour operators who we would have identified, we can invite to have a sample of our tourism product, of our destination, the kind of experience they're looking for their clients, and so that then we can be listed in their catalogs. So trade shows are a very, very important platform for Destination Guyana. And through these trade shows, the Ghana Tourism Authority basically facilitates the private sector by taking them into the marketplace. And a lot of the shows are business to business, and some of the others are business to consumers. On the marketing too, we would have hosted quite a number of familiarization trips. And the fam trips we bring from media to travel trade, to travel writers, to travel agents to Guyana, to have, again, a sampling of our products so that they can write or they can promote or sell Destination Guyana proactively in their catalog. This year, 2016, has also been a record year for film and documentary producers in Guyana. For instance, we had Dutch TV here, we had the French TV, we had Tokyo TV, we had the BBC, among many others, including the National Geographic. So it has been a successful year in terms of marketing. We would have put out an expression of interest and are in the process of now finalizing the award of a contract for the production of destination DVDs and short videos, which we'd be using in 2017 in a global promotional campaign targeting our niche markets and creating more visibility, more awareness, improving the branding and positioning, etc., of Destination Guyana. Also, we have produced quite a number of collateral material and supported the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana in increasing the number of Explore Guyana magazines that were produced and published. The Guyana Tourism Authority is also responsible and undertake the cost of international distribution of these magazines. And this year, 2016, for the first time, magazines have been distributed to most of Guyana's missions abroad. We would have also partnered with the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana to launch the magazine at the international level, at the World Travel Market in November, and also locally in Guyana for the Guyanese consumers and visitors here. We would have also engaged in a digital marketing campaign because the way to go is digital, mobile, social media. More engagement, more interaction with the social media and the social media platforms. So we would have enlisted the help of a Barbadian company that maintains the Barbados website and does the marketing for the Barbados Tourism Board to start our first digital campaign, which is still in progress and which has resulted in tremendous feedback to us and hits and likes. And what we want to do, because it's an awareness building campaign, we would like to see more conversions later on from awareness to interest to a desire to travel and then to make a final booking to the destination. Another major accomplishment would have been an increase in international airlift. In 2016, we had 3 new international carriers flying to Guyana. Matter of fact, we have, as of the end of 2016, 11 international carriers flying to Guyana. And this has been the largest number ever in our history. And so we had from Easy Sky to Fly Always, and there was one other that commenced operations in Guyana in 2016. I'll get the name for you for that. But total of 11 airlines flying. And so the number of seats coming to Guyana has increased. The number of routes and new routes, because we are also touching base with the Dutch Caribbean and also with South America, etc. One important thing to note in 2016 is that we would have witnessed a 397% increase in arrivals from Cuba. And that's as a result of this new aircraft flying between Cuba and Guyana. And so that's a tremendous percentage increase of Cubans coming directly to Guyana to shop and to take stuff for resale in Cuba. And whilst here, they do stay at hotels, they do dine at our restaurants, and they shop. So that's a new growth area for tourism. So 2015, the number of Cubans who came to Guyana January to September was 2,950. And that increased to 14,665, a whopping 397% increase in arrivals. And Barbados had the second highest percentage increase in arrivals, 20% increase over 2015. And this could be attributed to the introduction of Fly Always, flying between Suriname, Guyana, and Barbados. There's been a 15% increase in arrivals from Trinidad and Tobago as well. The United Kingdom, a 13%, despite Caribbean Airlines' discontinuation of flying or flights from London to Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. We had an increase of 13%. And this is testimony to the number of trade shows we participate in the UK, from destinations to World Travel Market and the British Birdwatching Fair. So this continues to be a key high-end market for Destination Guyana. And there was an increase of 6% from the United States as well for 2016, January through September so far. So airlift is an access, is very critical to a destination's success and to tourism and leisure and for travel as well as for trade. So we are very optimistic too, with Guyana moving towards the path of an open skies policy and working towards a policy for aviation and employment of routes to help us to attract more airlines to Guyana. We are very confident and optimistic that we'll see in the years to come an increase in airlift. We would have had an increase also in domestic airlift capacity among the 3 major carriers in Guyana: Air Services Limited, Trans-Guyana, and the Roraima group of companies. And so the number of seats and the capacity domestically has also dramatically increased.
Will you say for 2016 that the public-private partnership in the tourism sector has improved?
Public-private partnership and collaboration has been a hallmark of our relationship as we strive to improve tourism development and tourism marketing. So we would have collaborated with ministries, with other government agencies, with the private sector, with the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, with NGOs, with communities, with media, with international travel trade, with travel writers, with documentary and film producers. So it has been a lot of collaboration, and we intend to build on that in 2017 because partnerships and networking is very, very critical for tourism development and tourism promotion and marketing.
Mr. Singh, let's talk a little bit about GuyExpo 2016, your overview of the exhibition.
GuyExpo 2016 has been a tremendous success. It continues to be the major platform for our businesses, whether they are micro, small, medium, or large. GuyExpo continues to grow, and it continues to attract a large influx of non-Guyanese and Caribbean countries as well. We would like to see that grow, however. There has been some changes to GuyExpo as the ministry is looking to reduce the noise level, to reduce the overcrowding, and to make it more of a professional expo in the sense of it should be ideal where people can come and meet and negotiate, where foreign businesses can come to Guyana and see what Guyana has to produce, and so that it should not be only a transactional event, but to be more of a long-term event where we can supply and take orders and supply other destinations, other countries on a more consistent basis. It is a much anticipated event. All of our businesses look forward to this event, and in that way we can export more, we can produce more locally here, we can enter into more joint ventures and partnerships with international players as well. So GuyExpo serves as a very, very important platform, and we can only see that with improvement in the physical infrastructure here at GuyExpo in terms of improving the venue capability, that we can see this becoming a mainstay of the Ghana economy and a major platform for trade as well.
Just before we touch just a little bit on 2017, in November, like you would have mentioned a little bit earlier, that we had our tourism month, awareness month. Would you say that this year's tourism month activities was the best thus far compared to the other years?
Well, I would say it was one of the best because we did quite a number of activities. And sometimes you do not measure by the number of activities, but you measure by the value of the things you do and the impact. And so the collaboration within that particular month has been a major success. Collaborating with the private sector to do specials, to the Mahaica birding tours, to the Essequibo, to Arrow Point, to the Rupununi. That has been a success. So much so with the Essequibo River Circuit that they saw in excess of 2,000 persons visiting the Essequibo region for the first time. And that happened in 1 month. And that is still continuing into December of 2016. We partnered also with TAG to launch, like I said, the Explore Guyana magazine internationally and locally. We also partnered with them in the month to do a sales blitz at the Giftland Mall, in addition to one that was done previously in May, the Jubilee month, and one in January in Trinidad and Tobago in 2 of the major malls. Also, we partnered with the private sector during Tourism Awareness Month to host a second restaurant week, which grew in size And all of the 15 participating restaurants can attest to the fact that there has been sold out over the 2 weeks period or the 10 days period of Restaurant Week. We want to also roll this out to other towns across Guyana. So yes, Tourism Awareness Month would have been a success. Also, one of the crowning moments of the month is rewarding and recognizing those for sterling contribution to the tourism industry. And it's for the first time in Tourism Awareness Month that Bartica carted off 2 of the 10 awards. And that one went to Obama Boat Service, and that's for delivering exceptional customer service in river transport. And another one went to Palm Springs Restaurant, Hotel, Restaurant and Bar in Bartica, which was, they received that for investment in tourism, and that would have been a $500 million Guyanese dollar investment. Matter of fact, with that, an ROI that was outside of the Region 4, Region 7 would have received or had the second highest investment in the country in terms of tourism. And we have a lot more hotels are going up in Bartica, in Georgetown, on the Quarantine, on the East Coast, on the West Coast, etc. So a lot of investments and developments in the country. And so for Tourism Awareness Month, there were lots of school talks and outreaches, a lot of interaction, a lot of media and publicity, and thanks to the media in Guyana as well, participation at World Travel Market. So quite a number of things, and Tourism Awareness Month continues to be an important month for us. And we also feel that every day should be Tourism Awareness Day. And so we rely on the media and the stakeholders to ensure that tourism is promoted, that each Guyanese become a better salesman and saleswoman for tourism, or to become an ambassador for tourism in Guyana.
Additionally to the months, you would have had a number of training as well, especially in the customer service arena. Also, we would have hosted the journalist and the photographer from National Geographic, who was mesmerized by Guyana as well, describing us as an unspoiled gem. I really liked that part.
We also had a Canadian couple who came and visited. We had the National Geographic. We had persons from the Sunday Times in the UK. We hosted for the first time in terms of product development, nature and landscape and wildlife photography firm. And so we are looking into the new area of photography or photographic tourism. And so we had 2 experts from the UK here to help us, and they would have submitted just recently their report on our potential and the feasibility for Guyana to embark in this new area. Because we are looking at development of new niches and to diversify our tourism product. So training and capacity building is a core aspect of what we do. It's part of our mandate, and we are very, very committed to that. And in 2016, we would have trained close to 900 persons in a number of areas, like you identified: customer service, first aid, CPR, tour guiding, housekeeping, front desk management. We would have trained taxi drivers in Georgetown, in Bartica, over the river West Coast. We would have trained boat operators, both in Bartica and the surface that plies between Stabroek and Vredenhoek as well. So quite a number of training sessions, and trainings have been done in most of the regions in Guyana as well, from Region 1, Region 2, 3, 4. We didn't do any training in Region 5. We did in 6, in 7, 8, 9. So except Region 5. So that will continue to be expanded in the absence of a Tourism and Hospitality Institute. And so training will help to professionalize our workforce and to make our tourism sector more competitive in terms of service delivery, in terms of quality, in terms of professionalism, etc.
A tourism policy is currently being worked on. What is the GTA's part in that tourism policy, or how does that tourism policy ties in with the Guyana Tourism Authority?
Well, a tourism policy is very, very important for any destination. And so it is a good start to begin with a national tourism policy. The policy basically sets out the framework, the master plan, and the guidelines for tourism development in a number of key areas. It also identifies the agencies that are responsible to execute policies. And as the implementing agency for tourism in Guyana, we play a very critical, a very central role in delivering on policies or policy announcements or pronouncements, or we also play a critical role in implementing policies, working in collaboration with the Department of Tourism, with the Ministry of Business, other ministries, and with the private sector and other stakeholders. So it's a key tool to help for both short, medium, and long-term planning and development for tourism in Guyana.
Apart from our yearly activities, such as MASH, the GuyExpo, this year we're going to see Tourism Month being observed again, Christmas also. Is there any other new activities that we can look for? Is there any new activities actually that we can look forward to?
New activities will depend a lot on the event planners, organizers, and promoters. And so whilst we welcome new activities, and we support activities within the destination, because we know and we firmly believe that events and activities are the pulse or the heartbeat of a destination, both for the visitors and both for locals. It brings out locals, it makes them travel more domestically, and it also has an important role and contribution to recreation and to leisure. And we all want a good life for all in Guyana. And events, support, sponsorship of events are one way of guaranteeing that. One new event that I know about that occurred as a result of a site visit to Maracaibo is a new safari going from Georgetown to Maracaibo in Region 5. And that's about 5 hours drive, 4 hours from the end of Linden, from the turnoff in Linden, through sand. The sand virtually looks like snow. So it's the first safari that will go through so much sand. And this safari is planned for February. And new events, we will have to wait on other event organizers and planners. But a new event for 2016 would have been the Coconut Festival, which was a success. And which has generated so much awareness about the importance, both from an agricultural perspective, economic, health perspective of coconut, even the beauty aspect of coconut. And so the potential to grow more coconuts, to do more value-added products such as the coconut flour, coconut oil, and all the other value-added stream has been highlighted and brought to the fore. And so we're looking to continue with that in 2017.
As the director of the GTA, what are you hoping to accomplish this year?
For this year, many, many things. First of all, we want to increase destination awareness, destination visibility, destination image, destination branding. And we can do this by participating and attending trade shows, by hosting more fam trips, inviting more media to come to Guyana, that's the international media, by ensuring that Guyana is distributed, that our distribution channel and sales network is increasing. We want to do far more digital marketing in 2017, more engagement, more diasporic engagement, because the diaspora contributes significantly to Guyana's economy. Their visiting family and friends in Guyana is very, very important to our economy. So we'll continue to engage with them, visit with them, communicate with them, and to give them more reasons, not only to visit Guyana, but to come back, to retire here, to invest in our economy.
Well, we have quite a lot of work set out for 2017. Mr. Singh, in wrapping up, your encouragement to citizens of Guyana as it relates to tourism.
First of all, we should all be a good ambassador for tourism. If it is that you can always help to send positive images, photographs, experiences, share those on Facebook, in your communication on the telephone or the internet or social media. Share images each day about Destination Ghana to help to increase the appeal and the visibility of the country. Keep your environment clean. We are known to be litterbugs, and so one of the most visible things for visitors to Guyana is litter. They can see it everywhere. So a big appeal to corporate Guyana, to vendors, to all citizens, to ensure that we do not litter, that we spruce up, we clean up, we improve our surroundings and environment, because a dirty surroundings reflect a dirty mind, and cleanliness is next to godliness. So people are judging us each day. We want to also appeal to all Guyanese to make sure that we continue to be, warm, friendly, hospitable.
Well, Mr. Singh, thank you very much for joining us on this program, and we wish you a successful 2017 as you work to achieve your goals and objectives. And to you, our viewers, thank you very much for watching. I am Gabriella Patram. Goodbye.